expecting a lot of up-and-coming superstars in 2011, and I'm not talking about sports. Investors expecting a large-scale launch of billion-dollar IPOs for the new year. In 2010, we only had $200 million in IPO offerings. That's not bad for a recession. Well, it's time to let the Willis watchdogs out. Andrea Tantaros is a Fox News political analyst and has been here since the crack of dawn. Ed Butowsky from Chapwood Capital Investment is here with us. And Uri Man, global market strategist, somewhere really warm. Uri, I don't know.
Yes, nice and warm here in South Florida. You know.
There you go.
I'm sorry for your blizzard.
No, you're not.
I'm sorry for your blizzard, but I'm hoping that it gets some of you on airplanes to come down here and help our economy.
There you go. He's also a host of the Uri Man Review. All right, Ed, we're going to start with you. You think we're going to see big-time IPOs?
Yeah, no question about it. Yeah, absolutely. The IPOs that went out this year, a lot of cases you really have to look under the hood. A lot of these companies didn't want to go public, but they couldn't get financing and they had to go public. A lot of these companies now are ripe, they're ready to go, and the market looks really good. You had a lot of IPOs that went public out of China. I mean, you probably had 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 in some weeks. But what you're going to start to see are these big companies that are now ripe, ready to go, and the economy is looking a little bit better, not great, so you're going to see these companies go public.
Are we talking about big, large cap companies? I mean, the only thing we talked about last year was GM's $23.1 billion offering, right? Are we going to see more big, large caps going public, or is it these little guys that are going to try to take a shot at it? Can I send that down to you, Uri, in Florida?
Oh yeah. Sorry, couldn't hear you there for a second. Okay. Absolutely. What's going on here? Let's look at what's happening behind the news here. The venture capitalists are looking at 2011, and while the market looks healthy, it's a huge illusion. It's Ben Bernanke, Helicopter Ben as we all call him, continues to prop up the market, and these venture capitalists are saying we've got to get these biggest holdings off our books while we can. So I expect that in the first half of 2011 we will see some large IPOs as they try to get rid of some of these companies that are on their books. The reality, that's what's really scary, is that we will see a big correction in 2011 of some sort, whether it's the dollar collapsing or the stock market correcting, and there's really no heroes in Washington who are doing anything to put our economy on the right track to prosperity. So I do think that the beginning of 2011 you'll see some large IPOs, but it's not because the market is healthy. It's a big illusion.
Yeah, you know, Andrew, he makes a great point, because one, you still need good financials, and two, this reminds me so much of the tech bubble, and when everything was going public then, almost just for the sake of going public.
Well, right, and he brought up a good point with politics. I mean, you look to Washington, D.C., we've had tremendous uncertainty. I think one of the greatest sins of the Obama administration. Now that businesses are seeing we're going to have some gridlock, that actually gives them some certainty. So this could be very, very good news. It could mean jobs, but at the end of the day, this administration failed in giving that to us all year long, and we still have a temporary tax code, which you and I have discussed numerous times on Varney and Company. I don't know how businesses can really plan, even just with 2 years for the high earners being extended.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and one that we're certainly going to revisit.